Bobcats, how are you today? Guess what? This is not a bin for Bobcats. Did you know that, Maura? All right. Guess what it is a bin for? It's a bin for canned goods. And Maura brought her canned goods in today. And guess what? If you bring in 5 canned goods, you're going to have a very special opportunity. Your name is going to go into the hat to have lunch with Miss Young and a friend of your choice. Maura, how many cans did you bring in today? 5. So Maura's going to get to put her name on a slip of paper, and she could be the very lucky lunch haver. Let's bring in some canned goods. Let's do some good for our community, and let's have a great day, Bobcats.
Bring your can.
Good morning, Bobcats, and happy Friday. Thanks for joining me this morning for WBLS Morning News. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me thy voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is mine. From California to the New York Island, yes, this land is your land, this land is mine. I know that this land was made for you and me. When the sun goes shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, and the voice was chanting as the fog was lifting, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is mine. From California to New York Island, redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Today is Friday, March the 31st, the very last day of March. That went quick, and tomorrow will be the first day of April. It is Special Area Day for today. The weather's going to be beautiful. It's a high of 80, a low of 57, sunny and beautiful. I think there's a chance of rain tomorrow, but I hear it's not going to be a complete washout. For lunch today, we'll have chicks and cheese, grilled cheese, steamed broccoli, tomato soup, fruit or fresh fruit juice, or white chocolate or strawberry milk. We want to wish these Bobcats a very happy birthday today. Rebecca in Miss Tucker's class, happy birthday to you. And Chrissy and Miss Gregory's class, happy birthday to you as well. Listen, I'm going to put a picture. You will have seen a picture of the first load of cans and non-perishable food going off to the Salvation Army. I was on a field trip yesterday. Miss Kerner sent me a picture and knocked my socks right off of my feet. Friends, if you have any cans or donations you would like to bring, you may bring those up to the library. For every 5 cans you bring, you get a chance to win lunch in the library. We look forward to that. Another thing we look forward to every week is Terrific Kids. Let's check it out and see who was terrific today.
Good morning, Bobcats. It's Friday, and I have some terrific kids to share with you today. So we're going to get started with Chloe Minton and Mrs. Lazarus's class. And this says, Chloe is kind and helpful to all of our friends in class. Each day, she greets her teacher and classmates with a big smile. We enjoy having Chloe in our class. Way to go, Chloe. All right, up next from Mrs. Munoz's room is Natanya Javier, and this says, this is Natanya's second time as Terrific Kid. Yay! She has worked very hard on her kindergarten skills and is getting ready for first grade. She is kind to others and a bucket filler. Way to go, Natanya. All right, from Mrs. Howell's room, we have Hannah DeMorist, and this says, Hannah is our Terrific Kid for, you got it, the second time again this year. She is always trying her very best and is a kind friend. We love that Hannah always brings books to share with the class. Thank you, Hannah. From Mrs. McDermott's room, we have Rowan Dillard, and this says, Rowan is a hard worker and a kind friend, and your teacher's so proud of your progress in reading and on Lexia. Good job. All right, also from Mrs. McDermott's room, we have Adeline Van Vliet. And this says, Adeline is a great helper, a kind friend, and a hard worker. Good job. From Mrs. Furman's class, we have Brick Kelly. This says, Brick is our Terrific Kid this week. Brick is a kind friend who always helps others. Brick is such a joy to have in class. Good job. From Mrs. Register's class, we have Tiana Moore. This says, Tiana has worked so hard this year on her writing and has really shown amazing improvement. We are so proud of her hard work. Good job. From Mr. Jones' class, we have Tristan Bucher, and this says, Tristan has worked really hard this week to follow all of the school rules. He is very excited about everything he does, and we are lucky to have him in our class. Good job, Tristan. From Mrs. Schmidt's class, we have Quentin King, and this says, Quentin was voted as our next Terrific Kid because his friends say he makes them laugh and he's fun to play with. Way to go, Q. From Mrs. Tucker's room, we have Wyatt Thomas. This says, Wyatt was nominated as our next Terrific Kid because he returned from spring break ready to make the most of his final 9 weeks in third grade. He's been working hard to set an example to others and stepping up as a positive leader. Way to go, Wyatt. From Mrs. Widener's room, we have Aden Ryan. That was a tongue twister. It says, Aden was elected by his peers as Terrific Kid this week. He has been helpful as a partner in math as we practice area and perimeter. Plus, at recess, he has been great as a team player and showing good sportsmanship. Good job, Aden. All right, from Miss Akos's room, we have Kale Miller. And this says, Kale is a great student who shows responsibility in all of his academics. He is also kind and considerate of others in class. Keep up the great work, Kale. From Ms. Bowie's room, we have Bentley Whitehurst. And this says, Bentley has made great improvements in class. He participates in class discussions, and he also made 100% on both homework assignments. And Mrs. Bowie is so proud of your accomplishments in the classroom. Good job. From Mrs. Duricky's room, we have Camilo Medina, and this says, Camilo is a wonderful student and a great contributor to our class. He is one of the first ones to offer help and is a friend to all. He pushes himself with his learning and never gives up when a tough problem comes around. Keep being terrific, Camilo. And last today, but certainly not least, from Mrs. Doherty's room, we have Samara Rogers. And this says, Sam is working hard to help others, stay on task, and ask questions that help classroom discussion. Work hard, always pass out a smile or a kind word, and keep being terrific, from Mrs. D. All right, those are all of our Terrific Kids for this week. Stay tuned, and you'll see a video of all of their smiling faces. And Bobcats, I'll catch you back next Friday with more Terrific Kids. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Mullinax. We appreciate you. Hey, that's all for today, Bobcats. Remember to purr, be prepared, be upstanding, be responsible, and always be respectful. And in case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.